All right, warm-ups are done. So they're about to start their LSDs here. Their third member of the team for Wipe My Ijs showed up. He's going to get dressed. He's not going to be able to warm up, but the match will continue. It's going to go right through the button, unfortunately, and carry right on through the house. Hey, and my dinner has just arrived. So while once we get through this LSD, I'm going to put it back on the split screen, let you guys watch. And while I eat my dinner, I am starving. And then we will get into the match. So here comes Ruland. Is this one gonna stop? I think this one is also going to carry through the house. Two 185.4s. And so now Daddy's Cool will take their turn on the ice. I'm going to leave you guys in the split screen so you can watch them. I'm going to quickly eat my dinner, and then we will be back in just in time for the warm-ups, or for the LSDs. And then I'll probably eat some more dinner and chat along the way. So there you go. Show your support for your teams. Pick a favorite. Have some fun. We'll see you back here in about 9 minutes. All right, here we go with the LSDs. That 9 minutes went pretty fast. I did not get a chance to finish my frites yet, but Barrett coming over with the open side draw. Let's sweep this one, get it into the house. Come on, boys. Good sweeping. Now they have the hammer. That's all they have to do. One stone in the house and they get the hammer. So they're going to measure it as a formality because actually is a season-long tiebreaker. The best LSD to average LSD, so I'm going to guess that's somewhere around 150, 55. Now let's see who's going to be bringing it up the wall side. All right, I need you guys out there to tell me, how is the sound from the ice? Is it too loud, loud enough? I had made some adjustments to try to, because before you couldn't hear it at all. Couldn't even hear the players unless they were really yelling. So we're trying to raise the volumes a little bit, but don't want to make it too loud. All right, Matt's coming up the wall side. Sweep this one hard. They're going to try to get it in there, get two into the ice, into the house. Just for good measure. And he just gets it in there. The tossing his head back in relief. Matt's is good. Thank you, Frank. That one is probably going to be around 170. But one in the house was good enough. Did I get the colors right? I did. Daddy's cool with the yellows. They will be starting with hammer. All right, while they take a second to talk, I am going to take a second to take a couple more bites. Be right back. All right, coming up with the center guard, just trickles into the house, just biting that front. Gonna see what Daddy's Cool chooses to do. Looks like they're gonna try to draw around behind it. So for those of you not aware, this is the Battle of Zemst. We have these two teams where I believe everybody who is on each team lives in Zemst, so this is a bit of a bragging rights, little city pride. Hopefully we see a good match tonight. I think they're both keen on having the bragging rights, so. Well, Daddy's Cool starts off, they got it in the house, but not behind the guard. Roland is just going to come in and try to take this one out. To see how much different the ice is now. I've been broadcasting all day, so we've seen the ice prepared 3 times. You see how it changed a little bit. It has not been falling very much today. Speed is definitely there, though. Oh, well. Then I guess it doesn't really count now, does it? And of course, let's put a hashtag wrong in there because I'm always wrong. Every time I get something wrong, you guys should call me out on it. And we'll start making a counter. Maybe have a season-long guessing game of how many times will I be wrong for the whole season. All right, a little bit wide on that. Just goes behind the house. Gonna give something for Rulin to take out and possibly, you know, hit and roll, get underneath that that guard. Really want to make sure this one gets away. Nicely done. Gets the yellow away. Loses the shooter, but a good result. I think this is what you want to do in these early ends is make your shots, build up your confidence, start getting a feel for the ice. For the draw, but this one looks heavy. This one's gonna go slide through the back of the house. Out of play. Interesting call there. Trying to set up a corner guard or put something outside of the house. Unfortunately, a little bit too strong. I think at this point they would start trying to put stuff behind their own guard. Leaving it open for Daddy's Cool to use it. I mean, it does put a little bit of risk putting a stone behind the other team's guard, but the other team would still have to execute. Going just a little bit wide. Good weight on it. Just a little bit wide, or not a little bit. That was a lot wide, but hey, Tim has come back. Thought I was going to be alone for this match.
Rush back, so
Oh, you didn't need to rush back.
like to be commentating and have to clean up.
Ah, I will. All right. I'm going to let Pim take over for a minute. Good to see everybody throwing their support behind everybody, behind the teams. We love to see it. Love to have you guys involved. And Pim is going to take over for a brief moment while I finish off my dinner. Welcome back, Pim.
Hi there. Hope I can catch up on a game and didn't follow through on a situation of this first end. But seems like we have a lot of supporters rooting for both teams in chat.
Yeah, first end, both teams have just been feeling out the weight of the ice. They are just got that one stone biting at the top. Daddy's Cools are going to try to keep putting something behind it. They're just been leaving things wide, and so I'm seeing lots of takeouts. And that's where we stand at the game.
Nice. All right. I think this was a bit wide. It probably attempted to drop behind the guards. Now it's sitting open. So Wipe My Ass with the hammer. I assume they won their LSD. So they probably want to keep this house open as much as possible in this percent where they have the hammer. Taking out Yellowstone, and they might not just take it out. I think they do. I think it's just 1 centimeter in the house. Can be important later on. They want to score some additional points. And since that stone is so much on the side of the house, that is school is not going to try to take it out or hit and roll. They're probably just going to try another draw. Oh, so Daddy's hammer. Daddy's have the hammer, but they mistakenly put it on the Wipe My Ijs side. I need to change that. It's good. Good you noticed that, Frank. So that changes the build up a bit of this end. Knowing that Daddy's playing with a hammer, I could have counted stones, of course, but well, since I just dropped in halfway this end, I'll be generous and accept that missed out on the LSDs. Going for a takeout, but that one will fly by. Will it fall? No, I don't think the sweeping is necessary, but you cannot be sure enough. I also spoke to Mats earlier this morning, and he mentioned that they hired a professional photographer to have some action pictures of the game. I kind of hope we can have a few of these copies to use in our socials and our stream assets. Peter and Kampen mentioning this might be a little bit hard, a little bit heavy. And the one will also go straight through. So White Mass down to their last stone. They can still score points here if they manage to draw behind the guards, or freeze up against the yellow one. Slightly off balance in the slide. I think Vince noticed that. We'll hit the guards. Maybe if they get lucky, it will just tap to the yellow one. No, it's not the case. So White Mass 1 point, and they should take the opportunity, seize the opportunity to score 2 and take a 2 house for this first end. Have all the space in the world to make the draw. They can even use their stone as a little bit of backing, but don't think they want to take that risk. It's just a pretty clean draw shot here. And this is one of those stones where the sweepers, they have a very important job, because they have to estimate the weight of the stone, make sure it's in the house, make sure they have a good estimate on the speed of weight and sweep early enough. Doesn't have to be all the way up to the button. This will be 2 points. 2 points for the daddies. All right. So I was sitting at the bar, I think a week ago or 2 weeks ago, with some of the guys of Wipe My Ijs, and they mentioned they were training specifically for this game, because this was a battle of Zemst, and also they want to perform well against the newcomers, against the daddy school. They take this game pretty serious. If there's one game White Mass absolutely wants to win, it's this one.
Hashtag Battle of Zemst.
Yeah, hashtag Battle of Zemst. Nice. Tom just adjusted the hammer, making sure it up correctly. We always appreciate if players make sure the scoreboard is updated, and they take the time to do so. Opening with corner guard.
Corner guard. I think that was just a wide center guard.
Yeah.
One looks to be a bit heavy.
Well, it's starting to fall.
Yeah.
It will be behind the T line. It's also not really behind the guard, so I think that is just do a hit and roll on this one.
Yeah, I think that's what they're looking at here. You don't need to get it to roll too far. Even a hit and stick would be okay. It's okay, I was wrong. I can hear the TV in the background, so I do need to mute myself. Oops, wait.
This one looks heavy. So sweepers have no faith in the stone dropping dead in the house. And that's kind of a missed opportunity here for Daddy School.
Yeah, you're gonna find that a lot of these early ends, the stones are just gonna be looking. They're gonna be the throwers are gonna be looking for the lines. I think they're overplaying the curl. I don't think it curls nearly as much as they like to think it does. So There, Rulin's just going to be trying to throw a guard in the middle of it. To me, that looks heavy. Let's see if I'm hashtag wrong again.
Yeah.
Nope. Nailed it. Wide and heavy. I think that's going to go out of the back of the house.
Getting some deja vus and 3 stones in a row being this heavy.
That one looks to be on a better line. It's going to fall too much, though.
Seems like it's gonna hit the guards, and they can still promote it though if they stop sweeping it now.
Oh, even sweeping was not bad. Going to just go by, though. Yep.
Yeah, I think if they stopped sweeping, it had a slightly different angle, and it might just go towards the redstone and use that as a resource backing. So maybe not sweeping was a better option here. But that's so hard to make those kind of split-second decisions. You don't have all the time in the world to your options.
Once you see it's not going to be your first choice, you have to decide: is it Plan B or is it something we didn't think about? And yep, that's tricky even at the upper levels to do. So. I think that one is also heavy.
Yep, definitely
much better line, just at the wrong weight, so that is going to just slide out the back of the house. Line looks pretty good, but it's like the other one. As soon as it crosses the middle line, it's going to fall a lot. So sweepers got to stay on it. Ooh, maybe they need to get on that earlier.
It's the guards,
but it does open it up, and the shooter does spill into the house. So that is
that could have making a little bit more points if they manage to.
Yeah, it gives them a chance because now what does Wipe My Ijs do? Do they try to take that one out? Do we look at the empty hack instead of the house? Let's try this one. So they're going to think about what they need to do. Do they try to take out that top yellow? Do they try to freeze and guard their red? Looks like they're going after that yellow one. Rulin not doing his sweeper's duty, getting the stone ready for the thrower.
Yeah.
And there it goes, starts to fall now. Doesn't really have the weight for a takeout. Is that going to push it far enough back? Does get it far enough and out the back of the house. Not over the back line, so it's still in play, but there's really not much they can do with that. You may notice the photographer in the background.
Yeah.
Matt's brought him tonight. Guess he really wanted to have some pictures of them playing some curling tonight, which is great. You know, they don't trust our video. Fine. But no, it's always good to have some different perspectives of it.
So it's nice to have some action pictures of teams curling, because you don't get to take pictures of your own game. This seems wide.
This is why this is not even going to hit that outside yellow unless they, well, if they swept it, they might have been able to hit that outside yellow and roll into the house, but they didn't. They saw that it was just wide and they left it alone. That's one of those tricky things to learn as a skip. You know, Wipe My Ass or Daddy's Cool has only been curling for less than a year, a few months. So that's one of those things you have to learn. You have to be able to quickly decide, ooh, this is way outside. What do we do with it? It's not the shot we want. And yeah, if they had swept that, maybe they could have gotten it to hit on that yellow. And who knows what it would have done.
It seems to be going straight for the yellow one.
It's gonna fall. It's gonna tap on their red,
doesn't
but I
seem that
think
hard.
it's not very heavy. So this might be an excellent freeze.
Yeah, a freeze
That
would
is
be barrel. This is actually
an
pretty good.
absolutely great freeze.
Yeah.
Maybe a touch hard. That little bit of separation could mean they could do something with it, but still a very good stone.
Yeah, still one of the best stones I've seen so far in this game. And if this is the skill level of this game, I think we're headed for a good game, good match.
I love the photographer. Doesn't care. He's just right out there on the ice.
Yeah.
I don't care. Hope he doesn't hurt himself. That's all I worry about. Well, I also worry that he doesn't accidentally get in somebody's way when they're trying to sweep.
Well, he's a professional. I guess he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, has he ever been on the ice before? All right, we got to... This is coming down. It's got to catch something. Ooh, it catches that top red. But
Yep.
doesn't hit it hard enough.
No,
Gets their own yellow out of the way as well. So
yeah.
it stays in red stays in the house. Wipe My Ass still sitting 3. With a chance to try to score more. Try to set up more. Looks like they're going to try that freeze again. Or even just a guard. Hashtag probably wrong. Now, earlier this afternoon, it was turning a lot right when it got past the logo and the ice there. It does not appear to be doing that just yet.
I like the stone. It
That's
serves as a
very good
guard.
stone.
It's also in front of the house. They can score some points. So
It's scoring. It's far enough away from that from shot stone that it's not an easy run back. And it's pretty well straight up, so then you've got to look at they'd have to force an angle. So
yeah,
very good stone there. Looks heavy. Is it going to fall enough to get over on that red?
I think it's a bit wide. Their attempt was to draw.
Oh, that was a draw? Ooh, I thought he was
yeah.
swinging that outside. Yep, that was...
It's also wide and hard.
goes out the back. Oof.
This could be an important stone here. So how much stones are left to play. I think they're down to their last
They're down
two
to
stones.
skip stones now.
Yeah, daddies only have one more stone to play. Currently, Wipe My Ijs sitting 4 in the house. So
Yep.
if that is cool, they really have to play a very good last stone. Otherwise, they could take a 4 house, a 5 house, worst case 6th house.
Yep. I think they're looking at trying to figure out what they're going to do, but best case scenario for them would be to put something
Yeah,
in between those two reds, right in the middle.
yeah. I mean, they noticed their play was to draw it, so you counterplay and then enable them to make that draw shot.
Yep.
And even if it's in the blue, it serves as a 5th point.
Yep. They can block off that middle line.
They're sitting in a pretty comfortable position, of course, with how the house set up for them right now. Yeah, right. Seems a bit heavy to be a guard.
I think that's going to get through. Slowing down.
Yeah, maybe it can't be too deep, otherwise it's additional backing for the daddies. I think it's good that it's kind of freezing up in the end of the house. If it would sit on the back of the red, then that would leave kind of a better opportunity for daddies.
Yeah, that's not a bad place. I mean, it's still scoring compared to where everything else is. You know, Tom needs to put this essentially on the button. It needs to fall. Needs to be the right weight.
We tried to read what they were saying, but it was hard to tell. And weight looks good, but
they're still sweeping. I think they want to make sure it gets around that guard.
because it's falling very hard. It has to be.
It is slowing down.
Yeah, it's tapping the guards. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Wipe My Ijs so far, and they have a pretty open situation.
Fairly easy
for
draw
6.
for 6. Yeah.
Yeah. So this could be one of those ends. And you can't be too sloppy. I mean, 5 is nice, and you could be like, oh, 5 or 6, what's the difference? But these are the kind of stones where you really want to take that extra point, that bonus point, because it could be important later down the road.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw that earlier this weekend. You know, just leaving that 1 point on the board, not taking that 1 point made a big difference in the match. So.
And yeah, daddies, they already know that, like,
This was a disaster end.
Yeah, well, they missed a lot of these first stones where they were trying to draw, but also Wipe My Ijs was trying to do those same draws. Both teams missed, but
was that a bit heavy though?
Looks a bit heavy.
But maybe they should. Well, no, I don't think sweeping it would matter.
No,
well, I was gonna say sweep it to try to get it onto the red so it would stay in, but I think that's gonna go through.
Yeah.
But 5 house is not bad, but yeah, that 6 would have.
Those are kind of stones where you score a 5 house and still you're a bit disappointed because it's a pretty easy stone for an additional bonus point, 6 point, and then you miss it. And
yeah.
But eventually you can't be kind of unhappy with a 5 house.
You can't complain too much, but yeah, you can look at those like, well, that was an easy draw, an open draw to open house. All they had to do was get it anywhere within the blue, and it's all the way through. Okay, so after 2, Wipe My Ijs has got 5. Daddy's Cool is 2. Daddy's Cool is going to see how they respond to this. They got to get their focus, start hitting their lines. They've been quite wide on most of their draws. I think they're either just missing the broom or they're overplaying the overestimating the curl. As we've seen so far, that ice isn't falling a huge amount, so.
This one seems slow. Skip is coming to help. Sweep it across the hog line. We'll get across, and
it'll actually get a lot deeper than they thought.
Yeah,
I think they were looking at a 1. That's going to get down to around the 2-3 area. But definitely further up to the outside than they expected. He was outside the broom. Not 100% sure what Mats is setting up here. I think that's well outside the broom that they wanted. Seems to be heavy. I'm going to sweep that one into the house, I think.
A little bit of sweeping.
Just get that last extra millimeter, you know?
Yeah, it was sweeping before T-line, so it was actually...
Yeah, best play here would be a hit and roll. Very minimum, they want to have the that yellow one out. They would love the shooter to roll all the way underneath their red one.
Nice takeouts.
Job one done, taking out the yellow. Now it does leave Daddy's cool for something to hit and roll. They're going to decide what they're going to do. Yeah, I think that makes more sense to roll underneath the guard.
Photographer is taking some very interesting pictures with experimental angles.
Maybe we should set up a video camera down there in the corner. Little shaky coming out of the hack there. The stone was wiggling in his hand, but it does look like that's going to just catch it, but not hard enough to get it out of the house. Nope.
Nope, sits in the back blue.
So sort of out of danger, but that could come back and play in the counting later. Interesting call here. They're going to set up a stone in the house, but high outside of the, away from the guard that they've already got. I think with this one, you would probably want to try to draw wood behind that guard, get it covered.
Yeah, true. It's also short. It will serve as a corner guard.
Yep, yep. Here we go. Matt's calling for it to draw behind that the wall side corner guard. Honestly, don't know if that's too much ice. I don't feel like that's going to fall nearly as far as they want it to. It is starting to go, but quite late.
No,
very good weight. It's going to end up just about the T line, just in front of the T line.
Yeah. Well, it's not that bad, of course.
No, but it does sit open, and that's maybe the only thing we're looking at is that it's still open.
Yeah, so a hit and roll is still a possibility with this stone, and with that other corner guard, they can roll the other sides and stick behind the guard.
Wow. Okay,
That's
see,
very
that right
hard.
there, once it crosses that center line, it's
Yep.
really falling, even with that speed. So maybe on Peters, if he had previous stone, if he hadn't, if he was a little bit more towards the center line, maybe it doesn't even get all the way around past the guard. So all right, Matt's opting to call to split the house instead of guard that open stone. All right, let's see how it goes this way. That's going to cross that center line. They're going to have to sweep this hard. Nope, it's already... It's not enough weight. And it's going to fall and sit in front of that corner guard there, so... I think they would have been better served trying to put a guard up in front of the one of the house. Ah. Are our microphones that sensitive you can pick them up behind us?
Apparently. But maybe if you know the voices,
That's
that you
true
have
too. But I also wonder maybe they could see him through the glass too.
Oh yeah, maybe he's just bluffing. Maybe Frank's just bluffing. Because that's the kind of guy he is sometimes.
This looks like this is going to work out nicely.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it's going to spill out of the house,
Yeah,
and out of play. But
With
job
the
done.
advantage they have and the stone they have sitting in the back,
Yep.
they can say, well, I don't want any kind of stones in the house. Just clear it. My voice is getting all dusty and rusty.
Peter is bringing his beer.
Hashtag no bluff. Sure, Frank. That's what a bluffer would say. That's exactly
two
what a
Fs
bluffer would
There's
say.
two F's in bluff, though. Frank.
Yeah. Rule number one, if you're a bluffer,
You say, hey. Yeah. Thank you, thank you.
thanks for getting served some beers. That is good. Not sure what they're trying to play at this point. Having some.
I don't feel like going after this red in the back is very helpful for them. I mean, yeah, sure, they can possibly get it out, or they could freeze up against it so they have one safe in the house that way. Ooh, sliding a bit to the outside, pushed it back to the inside.
Oh, they actually have two photographers on the ice.
Look at that, yeah, laying down there on the side. There he
Yeah,
is. I
that's
wonder
one.
where he disappeared to. I thought he got cold and came inside.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that was not... Yeah, that little correction back to the inside with that weight just never got back there onto it. I think that was the intention to take it out, and which I don't think was the necessarily the right call.
There are some sneaky photographers on our ice. They're sitting behind one of the beams.
Maybe he's just tired and taking a nap
Yeah.
in their giant refrigerator.
Yeah.
I mean, how many sports do you have photographers actually going out onto the field while the match is in session? Ooh, that one seemed to come off his hand. Goes directly towards the wall.
Yeah. Carla Bouters confirming. It's, Stefan and Yannick, great photographers. So they have names.
Oh, they do.
Hi, Stefan and Yannick. If you're trying to hide behind one of the beams, well, We have cameras everywhere. There are no dead corners on the ice ring here.
We will find you.
Yeah. I spy with my little eye.
Thank you for that little bit of information, Carla. Appreciate it. All right. So, not their last note. This is 6 stone, so I haven't lost it. See, I can count. So they're gonna, I think they should get on this broom like straight away, because if that starts to cross that center line, that's gonna fall. Fortunately, that had good weight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
maybe that needed to fall a little bit more to get a roll out, but
Well, it was a good takeout. Needed a
very good
little bit
stone, yeah. Build some confidence. You want to at least try to get that stone, take that shot that you, that's gonna help your team. I mean, having that last one go miss completely,
Oh,
I think
no
that's good to get
running.
back in there.
No running. Don't want to see people running on the ice.
It scares me, even when
Yeah.
the kids were doing it earlier this morning, and it scares me. All right. I think Vincent's going to try to do the same thing, just take out this yellow one. Ooh, but he pushed it a little bit. That's going to fall. I think that's going to hit the guard.
Hit their own guards.
It-
Yeah.
Does roll over enough that it leaves that yellow one open, but got to see what Mats is going to call for. Oh, leave that back one alone.
Yeah. Back ones. Ignore the back ones.
I think number one thing that they need to do here is put something. He looks like he's trying to do a takeout on that back one that doesn't help them with the way they think it does. They should do that for their last stone,
Yeah.
if they do want to do it, but because the risk is that it's going to go inside. You got to make sure it gets around this guard. No, it's falling.
Tappity tap, and it serves as a guard somehow now.
Well, I mean
not really.
that's not bad.
No.
I think they got away with that one there. You know, it pushes the yellow in. It's now sitting inside. It's got the backing with the red behind it if they try to take it out. The yellow in the middle now has a guard, but it is a red guard. So they could still try to run that back. And honestly, that maybe makes the most sense. Run that red one back, get the yellow out of there. Then they've got a red sitting shot with a guard in front of it. That Daddy's Cool just won't be able to do anything with. They'll be forced to try to draw or something else because they don't want to push another red one back into a red unless there's an offset. Oh, the photographer is taking a picture of us.
Really?
No. It kind of looked like he was taking a picture of the camera, taking a picture of him.
Yeah. Mats checking his Tinder account. See if he has some
Or
matches.
Grinder. It's 2022. We don't know.
Who knows, indeed. All right, can they reach Yellowstone? It's their last stone, though. Wait.
It's going outside. No, is that going to fall too much? That
Yeah,
is
it's
gonna fall too
really
much.
falling hard. It's just going for the corner of the sheet. So now this is
See,
also...
that's where you play. I think that's a position where you try to play outside in instead of inside out. Because once it seems to cross that middle line. So now Mats is looking to promote. I think he
But it's the last stone, they can just draw it, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
why-
why make it hard?
Yeah.
Why go for the...
think they're making it a little bit more difficult than they need to be. Heck, even draw it up the other side. There's no risk.
Yeah, they have so much. They know the ice. They have playing stones on that side. But if it works, it works, of course. But
Yeah,
it seems like they're looking for the difficult option right here.
yeah, they're trying to get bonus points that don't exist in this game. So yeah, but that kind of thing will come with experience. You know, they'll start to watch this. Their coach will look at some of these things, and we'll talk with them about that. Like, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Get them to think about it. I mean, this one does give them an opportunity that if they miss, like if it's wide like this, then they can get it into the house, but it might be too heavy.
No, this one's right. This one's fine. Although
that gets swept out, and that is
also
too
misses
far.
their bonus points. 2 points. 2 is also fine, of course, but they probably want a 3 and tie for a 5-5.
Yep, they would love to have tied that up. Like we said, you don't leave extra shots out on the ice. You know, you want to try to take every point you can get.
Always unwrap the presents.
Yep. Now that was actually not a bad play. Maybe that's what they looked at. That if he missed it, it still had a chance to go into the house, and so they gave him two options there as opposed to just draw it and make sure it's okay. So
fist bumps for daddies. They had the 5 house, but well, winning this end with 2 stones again. We're still
yeah, gets them back in the match.
Yep.
Makes them, you know, it's a good feeling. You win an end, you score a couple of points, and that's gotta feel good, especially after giving up such a big end right before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't they know this is supposed to be a battle? They're not supposed to be. You don't talk to the enemy when you don't laugh.
You're not supposed
You laugh
to talk
at
to
him. You knock him down and you spit on his neck. Maybe not. That's not sporting.
Yeah.
Especially if you knock somebody down on the ice, they could get seriously hurt.
That's not the spirit of curl. That's just.
Yeah, that's the spot this afternoon where once it crossed the logo on that side, going about that speed, it would have dropped 2 stones onto the center line. That's not bad though. Semi-center guard, partial corner, whichever you'd like to call it. Center corner, corner center.
This is
I think
going.
this
just
one's going to
in front of
end
the
up
house.
just behind the T line.
Yeah, this is one of those textbook. Please hit me and please roll.
Yeah.
Well, that's not really. I mean, I'm not an expert, so I always interpret these kind of situations as a hit and roll. But there's probably better ways to build up with more.
Honestly, it's a good way to get rid of it early on. You don't have a lot to build up behind, so this gives you an opportunity to put something, get rid of theirs and put yours in guard under a guard. So they're sweeping this, but do they need to? Is it going to fall if they sweep so much?
Mm-hmm. Maybe they're sweeping for the weights.
Maybe, yeah. Looks like.
It's not that heavy. But they,
Honestly, maybe if
a freeze would have been better than that kind of small tap and a leaf.
But you run the risk if they don't sweep it that it falls too much, and that it doesn't hit the red and it sits in an open position. It still is kind of open here, but you know, Wipe My Ijs has to be careful that they don't run it back onto their own.
This one's a hard one. Also, very interesting sweeping technique here.
You're trying to follow behind it at that speed. That kind of helps.
Wow.
That was what they did not need. jams on the red. Yellow sits and stays. This is an interesting one. Because if that yellow is behind the T line, which I think it is, yeah, you don't need to, well, it won't be as helpful. So if they can get behind, ooh, excuse me, if they can get behind, no, don't take this one out.
Yeah, it's not an important stone.
No,
It's harmless.
You don't need to. Okay, maybe he's calling a. I don't know. I think he's calling a takeout. Yeah, that's I think Peter, their coach, is going to be having a discussion with them about some of these calls.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, this is the thing you learn with experience: when to take stuff out, when to not. Especially if you're gonna do it, you should make sure you hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're doing them their confidence a disservice here. You know, taking these unnecessary shots and then missing them. It's gonna have more of an effect on their confidence. And you know, sure, if they go after a guard or to draw behind the guard and it doesn't work, that's kind of also works against their confidence, but it's still, at least it was a stone that was worthy of trying, because even if they get rid of that red one, what does it really bring them? Owen has kind of an interesting release as he kind of turns it the other way before he turns it the way he wants it to go. And that is going to just tick on the yellow, and that holds a minute shot.
Yeah, so they can use it again. They have the backing, take it out. Or, well, it's behind the T-line, so do they really have to... It's still laying shots, so they have to take it out.
I think at this point they should. Well, it doesn't bounce forward like that, Mats, but it's not the way physics works, but you can try.
If you throw hard enough, maybe it might.
I will say, as an older gentleman, I am
an older gentleman is euphemism.
I am envious of Peter's low slide there.
Yeah.
My joints do not bend like that anymore. All right, you're gonna get the tap.
Oh, this is nice.
And it could have actually was a bit light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Ben's pointing to the right spot here. You put something just in front of the T line on the button, you've got a little bit of backing.
Yeah, you can use that backing.
And at worst, it's deep and it's you freeze up against it. We'll see what happens here. Because yeah, the way it's been going tonight, even if it's not all the way frozen, it's been tricky for these guys to get those takeouts, so you put some pressure on them for it.
Right.
Speed looks okay.
Yeah.
It's not going to fall. It's starting to drop now. I think they're going to get on the brooms just to try to drag it back as far as they can.
It's right on the button, I think. No, just front, which is also good.
Still,
but
yeah, it's shot.
It's shot. It has the backing. It could be a nice stone, this one.
There is an angle.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
but
plenty of space to take it out, of course.
Yeah, Peter pointing at the red stone in the back there that it might jam on it, but that stone is not helpful at all. Even if it jams, it doesn't make anything, so they shouldn't worry about it. Honestly, if they can get both of it to fall it on there. Oh, look at that, our first spammer.
Yeah, what the hell?
Oh,
I'm gonna quickly get rid of that. Oh, we have spam in our chats. We're becoming way too popular.
there we go. I took care of it.
You took care of it, right?
Wow.
You shouldn't have mentioned the Tinder grinder.
I know. Maybe
you're attracting those
dating
bots.
The dating bots,
Yeah.
the sex bots are out there.
They're out there. Like 7:30.
I don't
they
think
just
that's
woke up.
gonna fall. No. Well,
I just tapped out the red one and
got that red one out of the house, so
hard to see.
the red one that wasn't counting. Although I don't think that got all the way across the line and he pushed it out, but I think it looks like that this is looking to freeze up against that yellow one there. Sliding outside, pushing it back towards the middle. To make sure
This seems
isn't
heavy
too
for
heavy.
a freeze or whatever.
But it's gonna be it's gonna be a takeout. This is
Hit and roll.
It's
They're
gonna take
going
and
for a
roll.
hit and roll. Hit and
Oh, look
wow.
at that! That's
Make sure you note
fantastic.
it down,
Note
Mr.
that
John.
down. We're gonna say 123. 123.15. All right, we got that down.
That was a very nice.
That could have
Well,
been-
they can still double it out. They
They
still
can,
do the
but
double takeout.
They
But still-
gotta make sure that they get the right line.
Glenn says, "Lekker steentje, lekker." Carla
Yeah.
Boter's rooting for the daddies, or at least she's saying, "Go dad."
Ooh, I like the semi superhero pose from Peter putting up the putting up the broom. I think that's going to be just a bit outside.
At-
Still gets one of them away.
Yep.
That's first and foremost. Daddy's does not have the hammer here, so they're going to have to try to find something. They can't just start hitting things out. They got to find a way to score.
Yeah, they're still reconsidering what to do the situation here.
I think they've got the option of putting a guard up at the front of the house, but if it carries too far, it might curl, underneath the guard there. Would be an option. Or it could be a couple of options there. I think that's the path that gives them the most choices. But let's not forget that hashtag wrong is always in play. This looks to be a bit outside.
You're lucky Timu's not on the stream, otherwise he would have corrected you about 37 times by now.
Oh, at least.
At least, yeah. I think I still like this one.
Came up all right, but Well, and actually, no, that doesn't give the double because if they try to double it,
Yeah,
that red will jam on the yellow. And
True. So it's so what is Daddy's trying to do here? Are they trying to draw?
they're going to try to draw behind behind the guard from the outside.
Interesting. They choose to draw over the ice side. Ellie Gazelli does too basic.
Yeah, that turned out to be a pretty good shot there.
Yeah, a lot of watchers tonight for the stream. I'm wondering, are people rooting more for the daddies or for Wipe My Ijs? Who has the biggest fan base, do you think?
I don't know. Why don't you guys throw it up in chat who you're rooting for? Throw a hashtag up there. Wipe My Ijs, WMI, or Daddy's Cool, DC.
Or DAD as dad. That's
Is this going to be too hard? This looks like it's going to be a bit heavy.
tap the guards.
It taps against the...
Yeah, Ellie Gazelli definitely rooting for Wipe My Ijs.
And the blue heart. Love it. See the colors matching.
Yeah. Yeah, really kudos for the Wipe My Ijs jackets. Personally, I'm a fan.
I am too. I would be a fan of the white pants too, except obviously you see the ice stains on the knee, and so
Yeah. Sometimes they're a bit revealing.
sometimes yes. We won't name names, but yes.
Enrique is rooting for the dads. And then Frank is going all neutral. And just saying go Zemst.
Paul, of course.
Yeah, Paul Dries. Player of Wipe My Ijs, so...
Ooh, this looks like it could be heavy. Is that gonna fall over? Roland is waving it. It looks like he's having a little bit of effect. It starts to come over, but he's just gonna carry over and tick that red one in.
Matt's looking very closely. Has to be absolutely sure how the stones are lined up. This is the last stone for the daddies, and Wipe My Ijs are laying.
They lay two.
They lay two, so this is again an important stone for Tom.
And they can't really even use their own for backing because it's too deep. They have to get this to stop. You got to get this in the button. Mine looks okay. Is that going to curl enough though? Is that going to be a little too heavy and stay outside?
No, it's not too heavy. They're sweeping.
They're sweeping it now. I think it's going to have a good weight. It's just got to get there.
Sweeper to sweep. Well, I think
oh, wow, look at that.
Look.
I think that just gets it on the
Yeah, it's shot. It's definitely shot. Otherwise, they wouldn't do the fist bump moves.
All right,
well,
so
Wipe My Ijs could still take it out and then score 3 points. Don't forget about that option, of course. It's don't root too fast. It's open.
But it was an excellent shot.
Yeah,
I mean, that's definitely getting hashtag shot of the match consideration. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, if they do kind of hack weights against that yellow one. Martijn van der Wallen, great stones for the daddies. Martijn also competing in the B division, so he's scouting to see their competition here.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, Tom's playing nice. He has a very balanced technique. Always when he's sliding, you can see he's in control.
Yep. That's an excellent stone there.
So this is one of those stones where you could have one against or score 3 points, depending on if you make your shot or not. So
Yep.
There's a 4-point difference.
Either
this
way,
execution.
yeah.
Watching is learning, says Martijn. That's absolutely true. And doing is learning faster.
Unless you're doing it wrong.
God.
Well, you don't want to sweep that.
It looks a bit wide.
It's going to be wide.
It will
but
tap
it
the yellow
could.
one, but will it also hit a tap?
Oh,
I think my guess would be everybody stand on the circle
So we
close
can't
together,
see.
huddle up, so we can see what's happening. Just I guess
think it's.
White Mass going for the double takeouts. Question from Frank. Well, perhaps
I don't think they were going for the
No,
double. I think
no.
they were just trying to take that one out, but I think they got it. So now they're going to measure those reds.
Yes.
I don't know if that top red was closer or not. So
Hard to tell.
it's very close. They're going to look at it. Somebody's going to go and get the machine, which
Yeah,
is all
don't
the way
run,
down at
don't
the
run,
other
Matt.
end of the ice.
Run.
Yeah, and that's our emergency medical technician. So what happens if he goes down? Does
If he
anybody
goes
else
down,
know
everything
CPR?
goes down. Yeah.
How to set a broken leg? How to fix a fractured skull?
So Peter says, "Well, I can measure, but I'm also the coach of Daddy's School." So
Dirk is coming out to measure.
Dirk is coming. Yeah, Dirk is the official measure man. He has a special measure mustache. So
It's the second measurement of the day. We had one earlier in the N-Negatine Canadians match. Cameraman out there getting the shot. Gonna adjust that a little bit. It's just a pretty good camera angle. Except we still can't see the dial move.
we can't really read what's on.
Dial didn't move for either of them, so it's got to move it back. Oh, and now the ice.
Yeah, I chose this angle because on this
Red.
angle we saw Dirk's button. That's not that nice. It's a red or was
They
it
pointed
yellow?
to red. Yep, they're pointed to red.
So that means White Mass scores 1 point.
Wow,
or
that's
did it
also-
score 2.
That we don't know if it was 1 or 2.
You know,
We'll
that
see
we
in
don't
just
know.
a second. They're
Well,
gonna
let's
put
see.
the score up.
It is surprise. Drum rolls 2 points.
2 for them. And of course, I didn't write down the time on that, so we'll have to look at it. I have the time for the other one, so I'll just write down ×2, and we'll look at that. 2? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that turned out to be a really good shot. They did the double takeout and a stick just for the second shot. Very well done. I think we're going to have the intermission or not.
Yeah, there's a small intermission. Coach
Yep.
is just giving some tactical directions.
Tackle advice, what to do, how to play. I'm gonna take my headphones off for a minute because my ears hurt.
Well, I'm going to take off my pounds for a minute because my butt hurts. So Peter, he's a former player of the Belgian national team, so he's a very experienced player. Also helped raise the club, so one of the founding fathers, I would say, of just curling in Belgium in general. Now looking at the score, White Mass is leading 7-4, so they are in a pretty comfortable situation here. Go, coach. So yeah, small intermission here. We have people going back to the canteen, having a little drink and also doing some tactical discussions. I think it was an interesting match so far. A lot of points. Every end was at least 2 points, and we had, of course, the 5 house of White Mass that really put them in a strong position, put them a little bit of leads. But well, nothing has been decided so far. I think John is going to rejoin us here at the booth. Yeah. How are your ears, Mr. John? How are
They
your
still hurt.
They still hurt?
Been wearing these things all day. But it's been a great day of curling. You know, we're not done yet. We're only halfway through. Anything can happen in this match. You know, we've seen it. Big ends, the surprise throws. I mean, Tom just threw a fantastic draw there to get that, to try to sneak something, and then what do you know? They hit the double that left that second stone there. So that's
Yeah, I think the choice for Tom to be the fourth player is actually turning out right. Pretty nice for Wipe My Ijs. I think he has a very consistent technique. He's, well, not out loud, but you can trust him. He's the guy who's able to throw his stones, who doesn't get all mixed up with emotion, so it seems. He's just calm, focused.
He's one of the guys from Daddy's School I've seen like the most steady improvement. They've all gotten better. You see them getting there, but I've seen him like that steady. So it's definitely a good thing that they've put him fourth, you know, throwing the last stones. He doesn't seem to get rattled. He gets up there. He does what you ask him to. He tries to. And so I think he's definitely, and you can see it in his technique and things like that. So
Yeah,
it's definitely a good decision having him back there. And hey, you know, you have these nights where you throw an absolutely perfect stone and the other team has an answer for it. You know, that's just always the risk when you don't have hammer, that somebody could just come up and one-up you. So,
Yeah.
you know, great match so far. Really love to see the support from everybody.
It's the Dem's battle, of course. I mean, so much is at stake for this game. I mean, if you win this game, you could be the heroes for at least 6 months. People will just kind of clap your hands. But if you lose this game, I don't think you're pretty comfortable showing up in the next couple of days. Maybe you want to just stay in bed for a week, kind of sleep it out. I'm not sure how these teams will cope with the defeats. Luckily, the match hasn't been decided yet, but
Unfortunately, they probably have to go to work tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So can't stay in bed forever. You know, it's the end of the school holidays, not the beginning.
yeah.
So, but we'll see. We'll see. You know, I think so far it's been some good curling. Hopefully, we get some more to finish out the match, and that both teams can hang their heads high, hold their heads high, no matter what happens.
Yeah, and either way, they're still broom stacking. So even if you lose a game, you get a beer or a drink for free, kind of paid by the opponent, your opponents.
Socialize. You just realize that, hey, it's just a game. It's just for fun. We like to compete, but you know what? We don't compete to live. We live to compete. All right.
Yeah,
So
drinks here at the bar. I think if you look at the standings in the B division, it hasn't been updated because there was the win from the Zemst U team, Zemst U18, so they move up. They now have 2 points and they hop over the Huskies. I think. Yeah, I don't know whether
that I think is a mistake because Zemst had already won a match.
The youngsters, did they already win a match?
They had won a match before. I'm not entirely sure that's accurate.
We're going to have to ask Dirk. There's some kind of a paper all the way on the other end of the venue where the scores are printed out.
The internet.
Or there's the internet. Yeah, let's use the internet. Have you used the internet?
Find the internet.
Belgian curling. They have a website, Belgian curling.
No, I hope I spelled curling right, but
BelgianCurling.be. Let's see if the BCL competitions are updated on the website.
BCL ranking B. So Zemst had 2 points in 3 matches.
So I'm going to have to notice, Dirk, well, your paper is not up to date, so we can update our table. So that means the juniors, they already won 2 matches, and they're
going to sit on 4 points. So they'll be.
And if Daddy School loses their game, they're going to tie with Daddy School.
Yep.
So that's pretty strong performance so far from the juniors.
Yeah, and really, and they played a really tough game against. I believe it was Luxembourg. They just barely lost. So, or was it the Dutch? Was it Den Stropke? No, Den Stropke haven't played yet. So I think it was against Luxembourg. They came close.
Now, they have started to play again.
Not even gonna wait for us to finish talking about them. They're like, oh, yeah, we're here. Oh no, we gotta go outside. Okay.
First stone is going to be a stone that It's not crossing.
Not quite
no.
getting to the hog. Out of play.
See what happens if you take a break. You see what happens. Just
That can shift things. That was one thing that's this morning with the under 18s that we questioned. Was the intermission going to throw off their rhythm? Were they going to be able to stay focused? And yeah, they did. They did quite well. So let's see how these teams react to the break. I mean, granted, they're a little bit older, a little bit wiser, hopefully. And we'll see how they respond. Daddy's Cool needs to find their focus, start hitting their shots. Whoa!
It always scares me if you see somebody.
Usually scaring no matter what.
Doesn't.
But he's okay,
Yeah.
so we can joke about it. And just gets it. Now, the good thing was he avoided falling on the stone, so the stone stayed in play. Now they have a super high corner guard. That's probably not very useful, but you never know. You never know what could happen. But looking at Tom, he's not holding anything, shaking things off, so he seems to be okay.
This stone also needs some sweeping. It's probably not reaching the house, or is it? No.
Wow,
it's,
that carried a whole lot deeper
yeah.
than I thought. I thought the way Ben was sweeping that was just going to be like, let's just get it across the hog line, and instead they got it all the way down to a nice little center guard. And actually, that high corner guard does kind of take away that draw opportunity from that side. When you compare it with, line it up with the center guard, there's a little bit narrower window over there. This one just seemed to hit the brakes and turn. Not quite enough weight.
Right, so nothing in the house so far. Ellie Gazelli rooting also for the U team. Go Zimst. U18, yeah, they're putting up a strong performance. They really did an impressive performance this morning.
Yes.
Just, beating the Huskies 8-0. Huskies were kind of forced to shake hands after 6 ends.
Yeah, that's a big win for them. I think that's going to be something they can look back and like build the rest of their season on.
Yeah. Also pretty unique that a team would beat another team with a series of steals. Huskies had a hammer for every end, and
That's
scored 0
true.
points.
That was straight steals the whole match.
Yeah. Call the police. Police was on the ice. Police was on the Huskies team.
Want this one to fall. Looks, there it goes.
Starts to fall, but
Just
it's
needs
also
to make sure it gets around there. They don't want it too deep.
it's definitely around. Starts to fall.
Oh, that looks
nice.
great.
Yeah.
That's a really good shot.
Oh,
It's going
nice.
to be buried nicely.
Superb. I think that's also a candidate for shot of the match. I think we have a couple of those so far.
We've got a few written down. Definitely looking good. Got some good shots in there. We're gonna have quite a few highlights to choose from for the shots from all these matches today. I think I'm gonna have to make a highlight of the weekend's the compilation. Not gonna get
It's
onto
gonna-
the red the way they need it to. Just clears that, but it's going
there
to
was
hit.
yeah, there was a stone I missed with that angle, but this is an interesting one. That thing,
It ends up in a good spot. It's
Yeah.
covered, but it's
not what they wanted, of course.
not what they wanted. No. Now he's wanting to put it on the T line, and I don't know why he would want that. I think here he would want it either. If he wants it on the T line, he wants it frozen up against that red that just came through. Otherwise, he should put this one more top of the house. I think that looks a bit heavy. Once that crosses, it's going to start to fall.
Slide tap on a red one. Vince cracking his brain to figure out a way to beat this lineup here.
Does give him second shot. Do they have the ability to throw the weight needed to do a double there? That's a pretty tough shot,
Yeah,
no matter what.
it's possible though.
But he could also even potentially hit and roll this over underneath that yellow too. Doesn't necessarily need to take it out, but if he can get over there underneath it, that's an opportunity. But I think the first goal is to just get rid of that yellow, get rid of one of them. Is that going to hold on?
Taps that red one and then roll.
Nope, they
That's not what
lost
I
the
wanted.
shooter and
Yeah.
actually taught the yellow over there. That's a little bit guarded. Not really usable for a tap and roll or anything. They could try to take it out, but oh, look at that. That person's back again.
Oh yeah,
Bots are here. Hang on, let me block this person.
I'm not gonna mention what he or she is saying. It's obviously not true.
Oh, I didn't want to pin it. What the heck?
Did you just pin a
No,
bot?
I tried to hit report.
And hashtag mistake.
Pornography report. There you go.
Yeah.
We need better
Moderator.
moderators.
Yeah.
We're just gonna we'll put this user in timeout, and then there we go. 300 seconds. I don't want them gone for 300 seconds. I want them gone forever. All right. I am not 100% familiar with the what do you call it? YouTube moderation tools. I'm going to have to familiarize myself with that.
Curling nice behind the guard will tap reds.
Tapped a little bit. No, red is third shot. So not too bad. Does kind of take those reds out of play. You're not really going to be able to do much with those. I'm trying to curl around behind that yellow. I don't think is going to help them enough either. I think they're going to opt to try to draw in, get behind that that yellow in the 4-foot. There's still some room behind it. I think that's an IRC thing, and some of the moderation stuff. I mean, I haven't looked into it. The moderation tools on Twitch are much better. Yeah, that one came up a little bit short there, or a lot short. Oh, can I see something quickly so I can unpin this deleted message? Unpin message. Let's see what I can do here. IDs are on this channel. There we go. All right. I think I found a way to block them. You know, maybe we have to make Persic the Peach the moderator.
Yeah, true.
Then he might end up banning us.
That's too much power for one man. Especially if that man is Frank.
Yeah, that one just never had a chance. It just kept falling.
We'll tap in another
Is it
yellow.
gonna promote it? Is it gonna happen? There's a big scrum in the middle. Looks like there's gonna be a fight, and no.
It opens up the middle, of course. That's maybe a side effect.
Yeah, Wipe My Ijs has the hammer, so they've got to try to figure out a way they can get something in there. And
Yeah. Is there they have to try and draw it, I guess.
I don't like the way that Roland is rubbing his broom.
No, no. I think maybe he's attracting the sex bots by kind of rubbing his broom in a very suggestive way.
Yeah, rub your broom 3 times and summon the sex bot. We have to be careful. There are kids watching.
That's true. That's true. Rub that broom. Not looking to sleep it
too
out.
strong. I think that's just gonna get out behind, out the back. I think it's just through. Okay. And 1 second here. There we go. Now, see, this gives an opportunity for Daddy's Cool to score multiple points. They can draw in behind those guards on the ice side. Oh, it's falling a lot, though. They need to get on the room.
It's also not that heavy.
Rolls it back a little to the middle. Oh, it does tap that yellow one in a little bit deeper than the red. So now they're sitting 3. And if the split is okay, yeah, it closes that gap in the middle a little bit. Not a huge amount, but so that one worked out to their favor. But I think that if they draw this into a scoring position, it's going to be sitting.
Yeah, the middle is still open,
middle.
so they can draw right in that middle.
But I think it's going to be like a wide open takeout for Daddy's Cool, potentially scoring 4.
Yeah, that's true. Pretty important stone, this one.
But again, even if, you know, if it's open, they've got to execute.
Seems
This
a
one's
bit
little
wide.
bit outside.
Well, not a little bit. I think it's way outside.
That actually is going to pop that yellow one in closer. That's going to give them that fourth. And now Daddy's Cool is going to be drawn for 5. Their own 5 house here.
Yeah.
It just has to, yeah, they've got all that open area on the side there. Vincent taking the hat off. He's not happy with it. He realized what he did. Tom has a just coming up that left side, or sorry, the wall side. There we go. I don't think there's anything dangerous over on that side either, so they just really, it's about weight. Make sure it's deep enough, get it inside the, oh, I think that's inside.
Yeah,
Nope.
it's inside.
Not heavy enough. I think he was just a little bit afraid of throwing his away, but he had the backing. If he was too heavy, he knocks one of his away, but his stays, so. But still, back in with 4.
Yeah, 4 still nice.
You know, gives them the lead. A little bit of back and forth. Each team with their own big end tonight.
Yeah, no small ends so far. Like,
Well, I don't know if I call 2 a big end, but still, they're
true.
good recovery from Daddy's there. You know, after that 4th end, having that they thought they had taken it and having the point taken away from them or stolen from them, if you will, even though it wasn't a steal because they had the hammer. You know what I'm saying? You know, they come back and get 4.
Mud's going for a corner guard here, which is being questioned by Dirk here at the venue.
Yeah. Oh.
That's more like it's. Those are Carlos' words. Daddy's they come up on top, 8-7, thanks to their 4 house, and we have a pretty exciting game.
Yeah, it is very exciting and
3 ends to go.
An unusual opening stone, but you know it's what was called. So
yeah.
Burke throwing what was asked. Nice little corner guard there. You know, your job as a thrower is to execute what is asked of you. So sometimes, I mean, you can say, "Hey, this is a crazy idea," but not necessarily the worst stone to start with. Ben does have a unique.
I was thinking just the same thing. Yeah, he has a very unique way of kind of walking and sliding and sweeping. Vinny is the man, says Ralph Dries. With a name like Dries, I'm pretty sure he's rooting for,
I know he's rooting for.
How big is the Dries family? I think half of Sims might be the Dries family.
Might be low. Good to have you in here, Ralph.
Well, it's also the Curling Zemst's venue is in the Dries Straat, so they have already their name.
Yeah, the name is on the street, so. All right, just a little bit behind the tee line, back of the 4 foot. Vincent calling for a freeze up against it. I think it's a very good call here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little bit inside on the ice. And a little bit light. I think that's going to oh, and then it covers up their own stone there, so it gives them a little bit of a guard, but it also makes that stone kind of unusable.
It was a diet stone because it was a little bit light.
Bit hard. Is that going to fall enough?
Sweeper's not sweeping, so
Oh,
I'm guessing that's a bit too hard. And will they tap their shot stone?
it's going to tap their own shot stone back. Still stays in the house, but that is a ripe for a double. But is the double necessary? Maybe a hit and roll would be better? Nope. With that release right away, he is putting some heat on it. A little bit of mustard. That is going to hit, and shooter is going to roll out. I got one. Don't think he needed to play that with so much gusto, but he does get one away. Is she asleep?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Has she passed out from the cold? Both photographers are down.
Yeah, somebody call an ambulance.
We do have an EMT on the ice.
You know what would be funny if they kind of rented two photographers and then the whole series of photos is butt pics because they're like all close-ups.
Oh, it's a bit heavy.
Yeah.
Is it going to take their own back out?
I
Or
think-
is it going to freeze against it? Just a little bit heavy. Get some separation there. But I think at this point, does Wipe My Ass really want to take this one out, or do they want to freeze against it? I think they want to freeze against it. I think that's the move they should be looking for here. Play a freeze. Try to secure that point. It's still... I think, though, that yellow is just far enough behind the T line that if they freeze against it, another freeze would be on the pin. Gonna have to fall. Looks a bit heavy. Oh, there it dropped a lot.
Yeah, it's really
That was
dropping a lot.
Huge turn right there.
Yeah. And it actually sits behind their guards. Is it shots?
It's very tough to tell. I think that the red is shot. I think red is actually biting the forefoot. So yeah, I think they need to oops, where are you going?
Something's
Oh.
Something's moving the camera.
Uh-oh.
What's happening with that camera?
We just seem to have lost the camera. There we go. All right then. We're back.
You couldn't see it on your screen, but we had a camera trying to go rogue, trying to escape.
If we get a break in the action while the photographers are laying down, we're gonna need to get a still frame of it.
Yeah, I'm going to take a picture of the photographers.
Ooh, this looks heavy. This is way too heavy. They're gonna lose the shooter and the stone at the back. Oh, that was... I'm not sure what they were trying to do with that weight.
I think Red's laying shot right now.
Red is shot. I think he wanted it to freeze up against theirs, but I think he was just too heavy. Because they were talking about it, a freeze would have put them inside of the red one there. Yeah, from what I can see when I look through the glass, that the yellow one isn't touching the forefoot and the red one is. Slide looked to be a little bit wide. Not sure if that's going to correct enough to fall, but it doesn't have a lot of speed, so that might hit the spot here and turn. Yep, there it goes. They're going to have to sweep that because that's just so falling so incredibly hard right there.
That's it. If it's
I
slightly
think that
the
is
yellow
actually
one.
going to slide.
Second shot now.
No, it's first shot.
Oh yeah, first shot, yeah.
It does give is behind the tee line, so now it does give something for Daddy's Cool. Don't worry about playing it away, boys. Just get it on there, freeze it. You've got backing now, so it doesn't need to be hard. It just needs to be tee line. Sorry, I think I'm being a little a little biased towards Daddy. I just want to see both these teams play well.
What happened here? Did they miss their sliding?
Not sure.
I'm
Guess
also
they're
not
going
sure
to
what
allow him
happens.
to reslide. The official rule is if you cross the tee line, the stone is in play. But often as a gesture of sportsmanship, we don't really hold that rule too strongly. Yeah, that one's going to be light and going to fall too much.
Yeah, it's falling on top of the guard and maybe
The risk is that it's going to block their...
well, it opens up.
It opens it up a bit, but it's falling so much. I mean, if you remember where those other stones are coming from, that might still be okay. But yeah, you're going to see Wipe My Ijs call for the guard here. Just plug up that middle. I mean, Daddy's Cool can still promote that yellow one into if the hole is blocked.
Yeah, so what would be a good stone here? Would you go for a center guard or?
Yeah, they're going for a center guard. I think that's a good call. Take away the easy in brackets draw. Try to take away the higher percentage shot. But the thing is, now they're drawing it away. They've been drawing it away from the wall. Now they're drawing it towards, and they haven't done that yet tonight, especially on this end. So is that going to fall enough? They're starting to move, but obviously if it plays off that red, that could be also okay as well. It's going to miss the red.
It's going to stick on the center line, just inside of the house.
And a little bit. There we go. That's a pretty good draw.
Yeah, I think they're very happy with this stone. It is what they called for. Now they're forcing Daddy's Cool to make a tough decision. They're looking to promote their yellow one. They still have 2 stones to play,
They have
right?
2 stones.
So they could take it out. They could take out the guard and then.
I would attempt to do a run back, but then you run the risk of, well, if they could run that red one straight back, they will double it out, and then red will be sitting 1. but then the middle will be blocked, but it will be their own stone. I mean, they are looking at the correct side.
Yeah, that's. Is he reconsidering his call because he's putting his room in a different place now?
What is he calling for here? If he's calling for a takeout, he needs less ice. But he knows better Tom's takeout speed than I do, so that could also be the reason why they're calling for less.
Ellie has faith in a victory for Wipe My Ijs for this hand. The blue-white hearts are winning chat so far.
Now the real danger here is that he goes for this takeout, but he doesn't have the pace, and it just taps that red one back in and gives them yet another.
Tom and Peter also doubting what's called here, making yet another decision. They're in doubt, that's for sure.
When he's lining it up right, a nose hit is ideal, but that does leave the shooter in a guard position. So he's got to have good pace with the ice that he's calling.
There's some risk with this play because if he mishits the redstone.
Well, he pushed it a little bit outside, but it is going to clear out. It is going to clear out.
He touched the stone with his foot, but it was out of play anyway. Out of play.
I think that was going to go out of play there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's the important start. They got that stone out of the way. Yep.
Yeah, definitely a lot of Wipe My Ijs fans on chat. Also, Cecile rooting for the blue jerseys.
Yep. Gonna throw up another guard here. Just the same stone. No need to take any risks to try to score any extras. They've got 2 at this moment. Yay, more beers.
Yo, nice. More beers. More beers is always good.
That's a little bit heavy. That is gonna... But maybe if they sweep it, he's pointing at it, but he should have started sweeping it sooner. That it could have hit on the...
It doesn't really change the situation right now. The middle is still open.
Yeah.
Oh. And since those 2 redstones are in the back and just right behind the T, they can still draw for a point.
He's calling for a takeout.
Yeah, why not just draw? I mean, you have the backing.
There's a...
Why go for the difficult decision if you're gonna just...
Because the risk is if this one's wide, it takes that yellow one out, and the shooter's gone, and then they have an open draw for 3.
Yeah, I would just draw, take the points, have a 2-point lead. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you, Peter.
Then take a 2-point lead with 2 more ends to play. You don't really have to take a lot of risks right now. But we'll see what happens. I think they have to sweep for the line because the line is way inside.
Going to hit those 3.
Now the question is what will happen. Or they just tap off the guards. Hi, Timo's on chat. So John, every mistake we make, every kind of tactical error is
now I can't now I can't be hashtag wrong anymore. Or I should try not to be.
I noticed Timo created an Instagram account this week, and I was wondering if Curdia and our Instagram posts would be one of the incentives for Timo to make an account.
And we'll be able to tag him in all of the shots of the match that he that he makes.
Yeah, just draw.
Yep, that's a smart play here.
I mean, it's the last stone, so they can just go for a draw option here.
Now they're looking at different angles. I wouldn't worry about that. I think I would play the angle they would. Okay. But yeah, so where do they have to get into? They just have to get into biting the forefoot. And so maybe that does give them a bit of, I don't know. I think I would play towards the backing here. I would be drawing it the opposite direction.
I'm scared to speak my mind right now because I know Timo's eyes. I feel them burning in my neck right now.
Well, I can hear Dirk pacing and making comments, so
Yeah.
I'm not totally wrong. The risk is there a yellow that they can push in? No.
This is very wide.
Well,
It was too wide, but they take 2 points.
2 for red there.
And now Wipe My Ijs is leading again.
Back in the lead, yep.
Very interesting game.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Peach joined us at the club.
There's like the Peach, couldn't stay away, had to come and see it live.
Yeah.
Ran all the way here.
Yeah.
We sound better in person than we do on the internet.
Ellie Gazzelli still trying to root, make sure it counts.
Yeah, we've got the match we wanted. We've got an exciting back and forth. It's been close both ways. You're
It's still
scaring
hard
me
to
with
tell
your
who's
beer
gonna
right there next
Yeah,
to the
I'm probably
expensive
gonna spill
computer,
my
so-
beer on our expensive equipment if I'm not careful.
I don't want to frighten you, but I almost spilled 7-Up on the controller the other day, so on Thursday. So
Yeah. I always want to ask, like, why is your keyboard of your laptop so sticky? But
it's not.
apparently it's 7-Up.
That's not the reason. It's a family show.
Well, you're making this into an awkward joke. I was just mentioning it was sticky because of the 7-Up.
Has anyone checked on the photographer on the side? Is he actually still alive, or has he passed out? I think
he's sleeping. I mean, how to get?
I
rich
see some
sleeping.
movement, and actually, I think he actually switched directions. I think he was facing the other way before. So, yeah, there he goes. He goes moving, lifts his head, lets us know he's still okay.
Yeah. He's alive. No problem.
We're gonna have to get an auto sensor for Ben whenever we follow him on the camera, like this. Excuse me.
Danny says he's pretty sure Kurdia is the one and only reason why Timo's on Instagram right now. Hey Timo, we also have an OnlyFans account. You should check that out.
No, we don't.
Nope.
That one's gonna come up. They're gonna
Vince-
freeze that
Vince
up
doesn't
against
care to
it. I think
watch that
that's gonna
stone.
freeze. Maybe tap it just a little bit further. But
This
I
is
think
nice
that's
stone,
actually
yeah.
a good position. It's going to be difficult to.
Yeah, true. We don't really have on ice sounds. The mics are
They were working earlier.
they're very quiet. When I was watching the stream earlier, I hardly had any sound on the ice.
I'm actually adding gain to this. Maybe we can add a bit more.
I'm missing the stone right here because I need the mouse to.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Wow. And that was a very nice tone.
I missed it because I was thinking about the audio. Shoot.
Yeah.
But that worked out very well for them. Yeah, Timo, we're going to have to play around with the microphones and figure out why it seems like there's some noise gate on it that's cutting it off, and so it doesn't pick it up enough. I don't know where the noise gate would be because I didn't add one to it, so we're going to have to do some more audio.
We definitely need to do some field tests to make sure all of our audio is configured. Is that with soundtracks or with John's voice? That was a question to me. Tappity tap, and red goes out.
Lose the shooter, but hey, that's still all right. Yeah, I think they're looking at which one's best to play. And honestly, I think getting something behind that guard is probably going to be more important to them than playing a takeout. But they are going to play the takeout.
People here at the venue making comments about the white pants. All right. Oh, for the OnlyFans. Yeah. Yeah, we have an OnlyFans account where we have John's deep voice talking. We talk.
It's really close too. I'm not even sure. I think yellow is still shot. It's really close. So see, look at that. Once it started going over that center line, it just falls so much. They're gonna have to struggle to hold this one. It's just gonna carry. Keep going wide.
Some kind of corner guards. I think they can really use that stone.
It could come into play. I think yellow is just closer, but it's really hard to see. Maybe if you go to the far house view, we could see it.
Just
not easy to tell. It's really close.
Yeah.
This is gonna fall. I think this is gonna catch the guard.
It's catching the guard for sure, yeah.
Does it get over into the house? No, it does not.
So which one was shot again? Was it the red one or the yellow one?
I think it's close. I think it's yellow, but it's very close. It's really hard to see. This angle kind of makes it look like yellow is closer, but you know, that could just be the angle of the camera.
Yeah. It's very hard to tell.
Yeah, see, and this is purely camera angle to really get a good judgment. I would, if those two would end up being the final two stones and bringing out the measurer. I don't think Daddy's Cool wants it to come to that. I think they're going to just try to draw this around, get it behind that guard, get it somewhere it can be safe. I think that's really wider than they wanted. Yeah, I think he was a bit
Also,
offline. That's going to end
looks a
up
bit heavy. Could be my impression, but it looks like it's going to cross a T line.
it's going to be just on the button.
Yeah.
I mean, an excellent LSD, but
slightly too heavy because now you can freeze up against it or hit and roll, use the backing.
yeah, it looks like
There are a lot of options to use it in.
yeah, it looks like he's going to try to draw against it. Yeah, Wipe My Ass doesn't have the hammer in this end, so if they're gonna want to try to steal this end, they're gonna need to freeze up against it. Starting to fall. Is that gonna fall too much? I think that might over curl or just not get there. There I am, hashtag wrong. Oh, no. No, I was right. It didn't get there.
Yeah, he's Ben's not happy with this stone.
No,
because it was very well executed.
yeah,
But
I think they needed to sweep that sooner.
yeah,
But it's easier to say it from up here after the fact.
yeah. It's easy to sound smart when you're sitting at the booth and you're.
Yep. And you have the luxury of hindsight.
Yeah. I can't reach my beer. Thanks.
Yeah, we probably should have gotten like the lower glasses instead of the big stems.
Yeah.
These are fancy and all, but they're also top heavy. I don't think he's going to stay still long enough for the shot
I'm trying to zoom in on Matt, but he keeps on moving. So, right,
There you go.
there you go. See his pretty face, at least in the shot.
I like that camera angle. It's the depth of view kind of makes it look like he's standing in front of a flat wall. It's
Yeah.
very interesting there. We get a little arty here sometimes on the channel.
I'm starting to get the hang of using the camera, so I'm trying to experiment with some close-up shots or get to see the raw emotions on the players' faces in this battle of Zemsts. It's a high-stakes game. And is this one heavy enough?
No, it's
Look
going to be
so
light.
light.
Not going to have the weight.
Well,
But
it's a good guard if they want to protect their Yellowstone.
it's a half decent guard. Should have done this earlier.
Batley. And then
Yeah, my
Your-
gaming keyboard is such a pain to type on. There we go. I forgot the hashtag.
hashtag is important. Come on, wipe my ass. Ref still rooting for the team.
Let's hope he's rooting for the team on the ice and not having an accidental motorhome in his bathroom.
I mean, come on, wipe my ass. I mean, that's
Sorry.
strange. Well, that's what you get with a name like Wipe My Ass, right? I mean, and he also misspelled ice.
Roland is still over there suggestively rubbing his broom.
Yeah. The broom rubber. Dirk's really enjoying all of the thinking time. I think Dirk is... We're going into a late night broadcast, then we can make those type of jokes. At what hour is it appropriate to make a
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock? We're still thinking what to do right here, and that leaves us with a very, very hard job to entertain our audience with more dad jokes or white man's jokes. So they're trying to draw this shot, promote their red one a little bit.
Promote the red one.
Yeah.
But it's
I think it's too wide, it will
it's
hit the
wide
guard.
and not heavy enough.
Yeah. Slight kiss. Well, they could still retry and promote it. They just need to have 2 tabs in. They still have options because the yellow stone that's laying shots is still behind the T line.
That's struggling a little bit to stay standing. Maybe he's getting tired. It is a long match.
Yeah, Jan saying, well, they got time, no problem. We got time.
So I think this would be a good one. Yeah, they need to get around this top red guard. Hit and roll in off the off that red. Is it gonna have
It's around the reds, and now
that's gonna be great. That's gonna be
If
great.
the red one there, it just rolls inside.
That's
Awesome.
a great shot right there.
Make some notes. High fives for daddies. They're very happy with the stone. And if they score 2 points, they again hop over Wipe My Ass.
No, it's not done yet. Wipe My Ass has there's still one more stone from each. So you lost count of stones.
I didn't say that was the last stone.
You said they scored 2 points. They haven't
I
scored
said
anything.
if they score 2 points.
I don't know. Did he say the word if? I didn't hear if. That was a fantastic shot by Tom right there.
Yeah, of course. And now all the pressure is back on Tom.
Wipe My Ass does have this option of running back the red, tapping the red back onto the red onto the yellow, but they've got to make sure they've also got the red on the left side that they can, on the ice side that they can promote. So it's not totally dead yet. But this is their last stone, so they have to make a decision and they have to do something. I think the idea of promoting that left side or the ice side redstone back gives them the most opportunity to not only take one yellow out, but possibly lie shot. Either Ben is getting tired or he's just starting to wake up.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know his sleep routine. Vin's not entirely happy with the stone. I think he was...
Yeah, I don't know that they needed it so hard, but because it's going to be a little bit outside. Worst case would be as if it...
Oh, this could work. This could work.
Tacks in that. Wow, that would have been something. That would have been something.
So what is Matt going to... They have one more stone, so are they happy with taking 2 points and then having a 3 point or hopping over a Wipe My Ijs again?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, they shouldn't be coming from that side. Why is he looking on that side? It's the hammer. Yeah, a little discussion in the clubhouse of which way
Yeah.
they should go.
It's not easy to kind of decide what to do right here.
I would go the other side, honestly, because the risk is if you're outside on that red one, on the ice side, that could tap it in and sit shot. Now you run that same risk on the other side, but I still think that it's a bit safer to draw it in from the other side. You have more opening on the side on the wall side of the center line. Hit and roll on the left red rock. Yeah, I think that's I'm assuming by left red you mean the one closest to the on the wall side, because the camera angles keep changing.
Yeah.
He's coming wrong side here. Yeah, I don't like the extra risk on this one.
Yeah. Man, this is such a dense game.
Yeah, wall side would have been better. And he was light. He was even actually calling for that kind of just a draw.
Maybe it's good that it was light, because if it was slightly heavier, it would promote red one and make red shots. So they got maybe a little bit lucky. This was
yeah.
So two for
Daddy's Cool.
2 for Daddy's Cool.
The 7th end.
And again, they bunny hop Wipe My Ijs, but Wipe My Ijs going into the last stand with the hammer.
Yeah. Exciting matchup here. This is what we wanted in the Battle of Zems, you know? Get this rivalry started on the right foot.
Forget about what I said of Team Verraken versus those are the big games here in Zems. No, this is the Zems game. This is why you would want to watch curling.
This is the action we crave. Potentially dead photographers along the ice.
Yeah.
Lead changes. Slight wardrobe malfunctions. This match has it all.
Yeah.
Clutch shots. Frank in the background there.
Frank in the background giving comments, giving his endless stream of comments. All right, we open up.
Ooh,
That's wants it
putting
in the house.
The house on the side. Let's make him chase.
That is cool, leading 10-9.
Nope, that
First stone of the last end.
Not quite the line that they wanted. I think that's going to end up in the middle.
Well, he wanted it in the house, but this is too deep.
He definitely. Well, he wanted it way off on the side. It's better that it's deep like that than it's not usable to build up something onto. He's thinking about it. He's thinking, do I get rid of that one? I don't
He
think
wears his thinking hat, so that's why he skipped.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that's one to worry about, to be honest.
Yeah, you can forget about that stone behind the D line. Chances are it will get knocked out of play at some point.
All right. It's like he's going to play into the house just in front of it. I think he's calling a lot of ice, though. Yeah, I think for something he wanted on the tee line in front of that yellow, he gave it way too much ice. It's pretty good weight, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm impressed with the weights.
Just, I think he was outside the broom, but the broom is also too far. It was never gonna fall that far.
All right. That is cool. Going for a takeout here. A little wobbly on the slides. Tom's pointing at it's outside. I think it is. Well, by far.
I don't think he gave it enough broom. I think the way that these guys don't throw with that really straight line pace just yet, so they need to give it a little bit more, but I think he also pushed that a bit.
Capina weet het. Capina is ook al twee, dus iedereen speelt van Capina.
All right. So they're going for a guard. Needs to curl.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit heavy. May not go through the house, but it's going to be outside. All right, so I guess it's semi-wrong there. It wasn't heavy. Well, it was heavy for where they wanted it, but it didn't go through the house. And see, this could be okay. If it falls a lot, it could hit that first, the top one, the right one, the top one, and get both of those out. Ooh, I'm starting to lose my words.
Yeah.
Almost past my bedtime.
Well, it has been a long day, of course, with 3 games.
I've been here for over 12 hours. We still have to clean up. Ooh, that's just gonna miss that one. But hey, it rolls in under behind it. That is actually a pretty good shot.
That's a pretty nice shot here.
All right, what do we got here? 244.
I'm just overhearing Dirk mentioning there are 20 matches scheduled this week, so 20 matches. We have a pretty dense.
We have to play in some of those.
Yeah.
We have to broadcast. There's going to be, I think next weekend there are at least 10 matches scheduled on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, I think the Huskies have quite a lot of matches scheduled since they are.
Husky have 6 matches this week. They have 1 on Thursday and then 2 each on Saturday and Sunday. Ooh,
This is a flyby.
Flies wide. Matt's looking to split the house here. That's another option over there. Opting to split the house.
Yeah, John just muted because he had to burp real hard.
Hiccups and then a burp, so
Yeah.
had to mute. But I guess I could have left it on if everybody's going to talk about what I did. So
Here, that was a real Barney there, Barney Gumble style.
ooh,
Take out their own yellow
roll
zone.
stays in the back. Doesn't really do much.
It's beer o'clock here at the venue, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think they just lost the weight on that one. A little bit heavy. Now what are they gonna try here? Try to tap that red and move the yellow out the back?
Right, so a lot of ice for this stone.
Not very much handle on that one. Sweeping it just to hold it, but I think that's gonna fall off just.
Well, it opens up the path to the yellow stones again. And what do we think of this stone, John?
Not great. Not what they wanted it to do. I think they were trying to, yeah, run it back onto the yellow and lose it, but really just kind of fell too much there. Not entirely sure what Daddy's Cool should do here. Maybe freeze up against that wall side red.
Eight more stones, and then this game will have a winner or a loser, a winner and a loser, or they can still draw.
Yeah. Something's going to happen after 8 stones. The match stops. No matter what happens, the match will stop.
They're going for a draw here.
Creeping up on that 3-hour mark.
Slightly off balance with the sliding.
Seemed like he pulled that a bit wide. Just trying to figure out where is he going with this one.
Seemed light. They had to sweep real hard to just get it across.
And it does not get across the hog line.
It'll drop dead. Much cursing at the gods of curling there.
Should curse is released. That was not a great release there. I'm not writing that timestamp down. Wipe My Ijs, they have hammer. They need to find ways to get rid of some of these yellows and keep Daddy's Cool chasing. Make Daddy's Cool chase them. Split the house. Keep going after it so that way they can lift. Was that loud enough, Timo? Did we hear something on the ice for?
Yeah. Well, maybe he's saying that Mats could put something in the swear jar since he was cursing at the curling gods there. That could be they need to sweep this one hard.
This one will be all right. It's not going to get that other yellow out, but that's okay.
They have 3 stone shots.
Not so bad.
House is still pretty much open. No,
Yeah,
there is no
be.
ice sounds, but if there was, yeah, that's true. I mean, we have no ice sounds, but God knows what we would have picked up today if there were ice sounds.
That's really weird.
You have to fix the ice sounds for next game. So we
definitely feel like there's some kind of noise gate on out there that's blocking most of it, and then most of the gain is being lost. So maybe that's something we're going to have to look into, is potentially making the microphones separate from the cameras.
Team was saying, I was lucky there was no audio on my game this morning. How did the game with Team Verreken against Canadians, how did it go?
They won. Team Verreken won. Maybe he feels like there were not some shots that he or some shots that he did not play correctly.
I think Team Verreken is close to just winning the first half of the league. They won all of their games so far. No, they had one draw against Steengoeds, if I remember correctly. All right. That was... Don't think they really want to have that stone in front of those two red ones. Just really improve their situation.
Not really. But it does also mean that Wipe My Ijs can't really go after it, get it out of the way. So they could potentially let it sit there and then later try to tap one of the reds away. It does come in under that third stone, but it's not second. I'm not sure. So at this point, Wipe My Ijs is in control.
Yeah. Still doing some thinking time there. I haven't decided on best stone.
Oh, a small line call error on a potential perfect hack. Well, there's no video evidence, Timo, so you're safe.
Cameraman sneaking into the picture right there. He's trying to disguise as a red stone. Whoa,
Army crawl. No one's gonna notice me.
Yeah. That's all on YouTube. This is going down on internet history. That little crawl.
Yep.
Now I really wish we had a replay features on the stream.
Oh, I know. We're gonna work on that one for sure. But I definitely am gonna be clipping that one for
yeah.
first shot of the match.
that was the shot of the match.
What was that? 253. I think this one, yeah. Where are we going? There he is.
There he is. Trying to get him. That's for
Of course, he's right in the way.
Hey, don't take a picture of the game. Like,
He's like, move.
get out of the way. I'm trying to take a picture here.
There we go. That's what we need. We need someone to stand out on the ice for us to tell them to get out of our camera angles.
I think the picture will be curling, white butts curling, white butts.
Is that gonna stay? All right, it stays shut, but it lies open. I really think they would have been better off trying a hack weight on that red. Yeah, we're having a good time in here now with the laughing with the camera guy.
Yeah. He doesn't know yet. He thinks he's kind of in disguise, blending in the background.
Yeah, that red-hooded sweatshirt works really well against the blue and the white. He's either getting cold or he's very happy. He's been tapping his toes there.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I think that would have been better off for Daddy's Cool to try to hack weight to take one of them out, but
Ooh, not the best
little
lighting
wobble
there.
there.
Yeah. This needs sweeping.
oh, that's gonna fall. That's
Where will this stone end?
No,
to be on
they're
the
still
bu-
sweeping for
Yeah.
some reason. Now it's gonna be. Now all that Daddy's Cool needs to do is just freeze against it.
Mhm.
They don't need to get away. They don't need to move it away. They just need to freeze against it.
Trying to figure out what the best shot is here.
It needs to be frozen up against the top. It does. Yeah.
Yes, our last stone, and then after that, Wipe My Ass. They have their hammer
Why is
stone.
he not giving you so much ice? I don't know. This is I question this call. Calling for a takeout like this and not giving that much ice. Yeah, maybe give a little more ice. That's good. He's thinking that he could potentially roll under, but then you're still leaving the whole 4 foot open.
Timo says, well, just a nose hit is okay. Leaves a very hard double. That's true. It
Yeah, I
can be
don't
too
think
hard, otherwise he's going to nose hit the cameraman.
He is not given enough ice. So maybe. Oh, he's already inside on that slide. He's already inside. You've got to sweep it, boys. They need to sweep it. Oh, Ben is standing in the way. Is that going to get it?
That's for way out of the way.
Ooh. Ooh.
This just leaves a draw shot for Red now. And they can score 3 points if they get the yellow one out of play. If they nose hit it or kind of slightly hit it on the wall sides, they can score at least 3. And I don't know if that fourth redstone is something better.
Not going to comment on the execution, Timo. Well, I will. It was a little bit inside. I think they got lucky to sweep it. But like Danny says, it worked. So can't be too hypercritical here.
No. If it's crazy but it works, it ain't crazy. It's genius.
I honestly think they got away with one there. I mean, they did. You could see the look on their face when it just skirted by the yellow. Ooh.
Important stone. Going for the takeout on yellows. It needs to fall.
Oh, we're
And
not going
our-
to see it.
We will. That's
No,
wide.
it's
That's
just
wide.
outside.
Will it roll in? Nah. Oh. This is the stone that wins the game for the
Wow.
daddies.
Came down to the last stone. What a match. Both teams played.
I think this really deserves a round of applause.
really, really incredible match here. I'm going to clap into my own microphone. That was an incredible match between the two. Really exciting stuff. Back and forth the whole way. You know, maybe not the cleanest curling, but you know what? The level was really there, really competitive, and that's what we wanted to see. You know, Battle of Zemps was really a battle.
Well, White Mask can be happy about their game as well. It was close.
It was tight. I mean, you can't ask for much more than coming down to the last stone. I mean, obviously, when you win, you want to win well before that, but
Thanks, guys.
you're
A
welcome.
lot of fans
You're
in
welcome,
chat.
Timo.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Timo. We really appreciate having a lot of people watching the stream. America, Carla, Dunny, Raf, and I'm forgetting so much.
Jan, Andres, everybody who stopped in said something today. Yeah, these guys deserve, you know, a round of applause. What a match. They're going to go out and take a... They got the photographer. Get a picture.
Get a picture. Photographer saying just stands just underneath the lights, so the
We
stream
can't
is
see them,
complete.
but-
Let's just troll the stream by standing underneath those lights. We have no clear.
We have no clear picture for
You know
it.
what? I'm just going to get a close up of the White
jackets.
Mask.
There
the
we go.
jackets. That's Nice games. Yeah. Yeah, we can try and zoom in on. There's a small detail right in between. Let's say.
Hey, it's good to hear the humor. They're both laughing and cheering. I mean, couldn't have asked for a better game to close out the day.
So yeah, that is cool. They are.
Oh, I did not update.
Yeah, you
the
did not
score.
update the
So
score.
was it 1 or 2? I think it was 1.
I think it was 1. Yeah. Vince
Will Vince throw up the last line of the score? Probably not. He's
is he
going to
going to
put on his gripper and walk back. No,
no.
there is never the final score put up on the
people
scoreboard.
never put up the final score.
But fantastic match, boys.
Yeah.
Really, really exciting stuff. That's focusing on the ice behind them.
Yeah.
So good to see them have a chat. Now they're going to turn around. They spent all that time getting the other camera to work. Now they turn around and face this one. So you love to see this, you know, after a really tough match going back and forth, that they're going to sit and talk about the match and just rehash it together.
Yeah. They're just.
Now they've turned around again. They're looking at the other way.
This is why we bought 2 cameras for. Don't stop turning. This is slightly out of focus.
Yeah, it's focusing on the ice, I think, behind them.
Yeah.
There we go.
So yeah, let's pop to the boots and have a small
Little closeout for today.
It's the blah 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 of the other guys, but we don't really care that much of their tactical debrief because you guys want to listen to
No,
our
we're not going to
tactical
close it
debrief.
like that. We're going to have, you know, just say, hey, thank you everybody for watching. We've had a fantastic day.
It was a long day, but it was, I think, a very fruitful day.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it, and I hope you guys also enjoyed watching the games.
I'm hoping I have a voice still tomorrow, but they turned just like the match did. There you go.
That's a kind of very nice philosophical closing statement. They turned just as the match did. I think on that bombshell of Martin, maybe that was the quote of the game, the quote of the match.
I think so. So thank you everybody for watching. Anybody who tuned in today, those of you guys who chatted this evening, it was really good to see so many people active in the chat and watching the match and rooting both these teams on.
Yeah.
We would love to see it. We hope you join us for more. We've got, you know, it's a match week, so we've got a ton of curling coming this week. I think the next broadcast is going to be on Tuesday, our own match.
Yeah, we're not going to be commenting on our own match because that would be too embarrassing, I guess.
I don't have enough money for that swear jar.
Yeah, yeah. You would want to invest in a swear barrel if you want to stream your own games.
So
let's
we'll
join the
follow our social media.
Yeah, don't
See us
forget
on,
to like,
Twitter, Instagram.
hit
Like,
notification.
subscribe, hit the bell on YouTube, all that good stuff. Peter and Frank photobomb us here.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to just raise a glass. Cheers to you.
Bye, guys.
And we'll see you later this week. Bye. Yeah, wait, that's the wrong one.
That's the wrong one.